I have Zoologist, Orchid, Mantis. So this is the newest one from Zoologist. I think he's coming out with a new one by Anton Lee, Portuguese Man o' War, around Halloween time. But as of right now, I believe this is the newest one available. The perfumer is Tamu Inaba. He only has a handful of fragrances, and two of them are from Zoologists, or three, including this one. You have Moth and Nightingale. Nightingale, I wasn't a fan of. Too vintage, too sweet, just too feminine. I don't know, something about it. I wasn't a fan of. Moth, I really liked. I don't think it would be a top five buy for me, but it's up there. It's more artistic than wearable, I would say, but very interesting fragrance. Moth. This fragrance, it has a lot of notes: green accord, lang-a-lang, lady of the night, flower, moss, jasmine, orchid, musk, pear, rose, basil, patchouli, bergamot, vetiver, lemon, and sandalwood. Nothing really stands out. It's blended nicely. I will say there's this powderiness and soapiness blended nicely with just this like outside sun shining, like slight dirt, flowers, like rainforest vibe, right? Now, this is a first impression. I mean, I put it on before, but I didn't really wear it until the dry down. So, I suspect it might turn into soapiness with a slight powderiness or like a hairspray vibe or some kind of lotion or something. But as of right now, I've had it on for about 10 minutes. I'm not really getting that. There is something nose piercing in here that reminds me of Perfume de Empires. Everything he has is real just piercing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's ambroxan and powderiness or something like that in there. So yeah, this one is kind of piercing, but it's not it's not in a bad way. I feel like it gives this like clean, sharp impression, right? Yeah, I like the fragrance. I think it's one of the better ones from Zoologists now. They are $200 a bottle now, up from 160 because of the tariffs. Who knows if the tariffs go away, if he'll go back down. I doubt it. I've never really seen brands do that, but I mean, they still are X straights, interesting fragrances, so but the 160 was a buy. I could definitely see people wanting to collect them for that price, but 200 steep. But yeah, a good fragrance. This has I think a 3.6 on Fragrantica, and often that's a good sign when a fragrance has lower reviews. But I think it's one of the better ones. It does smell like vintagey, but in a modern way, kind of like how Synthetic Jungle is to the Estee Lauder fragrance that it took inspiration from. Like if you smell those side by side, the Estee Lauder like clearly smells vintagey, like that dustiness, where Synthetic Jungle is just green, more modern aroma chemicals. Same thing with this. It doesn't smell like a 1980s floral, maybe like more early 70s, but it's real bright, happy spring. It's got a good vibe to it. I think it's one of the better zoologists. Now, I feel like it's tough because it does lean feminine, and you have to kind of like that 70s feminine smell, but I don't know. I feel like people that are really into fragrances would like this. It's not mass appealing. It's not your basic like sweet musk dry down or amberwood dry down or rosewood. It does something different. I think it's really good. And I remember the owner of Zoologist said this year he was going to release more challenging and then go back to more cute animals, mass appealing next year. So maybe he was talking about this, but it's good. I think it's better than his other a lot of his other fragrances. And I wouldn't mind wearing this. Yeah, real soapy, clean, floral, bright, happy, outside. Almost like you're outside working in the garden and the sun shining. but you might have some hairspray in or something. You're clean, the soapiness, it's blended really well. I would encourage this perfumer to make more fragrances because he does a good job, really good job. You know, Moth is good, this is good. Even Nightingale is well done. It's just not my style, but smells high quality. None of the notes really stand out. It's blended well. You know, maybe there's some in Broxton and powder and soap, but in my opinion, he uses it as a foundation to hold the fragrance together, and nothing is really popping out or overwhelming, or I wish it was turned up or turned down. Yeah, it's well done. Nothing sticks out. I mean, if you don't like this fragrance, let me know why. I mean, it could just be not for you, like too vintagey, or maybe it's too soapy or not challenging enough. I don't know, but I can't really find anything wrong. I think it's a good fragrance. I think this one would just come down to do you personally like the smell or not? You know, I think if you like I think if you like 1970s vintage florals, or you like Perfume to Empire's fragrances, um, you would like this Dazzling Feminine, I would say. You know, it's not, I mean, that doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter, but you know, if you're in close proximity around people, you know, and you don't want to smell too old school, or which I don't think you would, honestly, or you don't want to smell too feminine, maybe you wouldn't want to wear this. I wouldn't care. I think it just smells clean and like a garden. But yeah, great fragrance from Zoologist. You know, I would put this up there, and I don't want to say top five. But what he has like 30 something. I would definitely put it in top 10 or something like that. Um, I just think I'm curious about the dry down. Will it still be interesting? But so far, it's going strong for like 20 minutes. Let me know what you think about Zoologist or Orchid Mantis. I would be interesting to hear any negative feedback. So maybe I can smell for myself and like, oh yeah, I get that. But yeah, let me know the positives too.